Right, morning everyone. Hope you're all well this morning and you enjoyed the last sessions that we did with the samurai rabbit for Easter. And some amazing entries again, like the first session, really impressive. I'm really glad everyone's enjoying it and getting involved. So, setting up. So today I thought we'd do something like a astronaut girl. And then we'll do the same sort of thing as I did before on the previous two, where I'll do an easy one and then a little bit more complicated sort of advanced portrait type thing. A bit tired this morning, sorry. I just need one more coffee. Okay. So, hope you've all got your pens and paper ready. I'm just using my trusty pencil for this one. So, we'll start with a nice big circle. But I'm not going to draw it complete circle. I'm going to do like most of it. Like that. And then here, just going to make it slightly flatter under there, because that's going to be like the neck of a spacesuit. Like that. It doesn't matter if it's a bit wonky. Mine's a bit wonky. You can adjust it if you want. Like that sort of just needs to be squashed in a bit more there. Okay, so that's the start of a astronaut's helmet. And here I'm going to do a little curve like this. And then here I'm going to follow this line round, but I'm not going to quite join it there, so it looks like there's a bit of glass of the helmet blocking it. Excuse me. So remember, nice simple shapes. Oh, broke my pencil. Nice simple shapes. That's the start of her head. Now, if you look at a lot of I quite like those old Russian cosmonaut outfits, or the early astronaut outfits from the like late 50s and 60s, and they often wore like a funny little cap underneath their space helmet with headphones and things like that. And I quite like those. So here I'm going to put, these are like where her headphones would be, so she can hear on the radio what they're saying to her in space. And another line like this. And then here you can do a bit of detailing. Remember to really go for it with the details. And here you can put maybe a badge with a star in it. And here we're going to put the chin in. So we're going to bring it down, curve it a bit. So I'm following this line down and then making that one sort of disappear behind it so it looks like there's a strap for the chin. So do that and then just bring it to a little rounded point there, like that. And then here, if you want, you can do another curvy line so you can just see the suit inside the helmet there. Then we're going to do some quite big eyes like this. So we start with one curve like that and one curve like that. Here's a little tip for when you're doing the eyes. If you try and do the eyes about an eye width apart, so if this eye is that wide, so like that, then you want something that's roughly that width before you reach the start of the next eye, and then they'll be spaced out quite nicely. Here's Eva come to help me. Do you want the iPad, Eva, so that you can see what's going on? I'm not sure if you can see the questions on there, but I can just see Roberto from my friend from Luca Comics has just said ciao, Karl. So ciao, Roberto. Come va? And Martin, Claire, hello, how you doing? So done the two curvy lines like that, and then because I want it to be a female character, you can add maybe some little eyelashes like that. Then here it's almost a reverse of that line, so we go like that, like that. You've got some catching up to do, Eva.
Yeah, and this pencil isn't sharp.
Do you want me to sharpen it for you?
Yes,
Or do you want this sharp one?
Yeah, thanks.
Morning, Jude. Hope Dad's is all right. Hi. Oh, my son Art's just said hi, Dad. So we'll put the pupils in now. So remember to leave a little bit of a reflection in there. And you can put some little eyebrows in. Now I'm going to put the nose in, a little sort of simple shape for the nose. So two curves like that, and then one more curve like that. So 1, 2, like this. 1, 2, and one in the middle. And you can vary those shapes to get a different nose. You can do like that, you can do, or you can go 1, 2, like that. Loads of different ways to draw noses. Now I'm going to put the mouth in, make a quite smiley, and then a little lip there, just the bottom lip. So again, simple like that, little line to indicate the cheeks, and then don't even have to join the line of the lip all the way up if you don't want to. And then that's the head complete. If you want, you can do like a wire plugged into a headphones, or a little bit of detailing around the edge of this. Now we're going on to the sort of space suit, as it were. So I'm going to draw a line down like that. How's yours going, Eva? How's yours going?
I'm not doing it.
Oh, there's Steph saying hello, and hi Agnes and Frank. Steph, Lucy, I hope you're well. And then here I'm going to draw a nice box shape. Maybe draw some sort of buttons and technical looking details. Don't really know what they do, but looks quite cool. We're going to bring her arm out like that. 1, 2. And then this line of the body down from there. We could add some straps here, look, to hold that onto the body. And then here we're going to just draw a hint of a backpack. So like that. Like, just line that line up there like that, and then if you're doing a line across to join them, just leave a little gap there so that we keep that helmet looking a bit like it's got glass on the front. Then I'm going to draw part of a sleeve like that, and then here I'm going to do like where the suit flexes at the elbow for her. Then you can draw some little badges here if you wanted. Belt round there, making sure it's slightly curved like I talked about in the last ones. And we'll bring this down to the forearm. Then let's do like a bit where the glove attaches, and then the hand. Make sure those fingers are slightly behind each other. That always looks cool. And you can draw like little 3 lines on there if you want. one thumb, one finger, and then the rest are behind. So 1, 2, like that. And again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can do as many of those sort of details as you like to make it interesting. I'm just bringing this belt out a little here, look, so it looks maybe a bit more like a space belt. We could put some little dots there to make it look like that's some kind of part of the spacesuit that's more rigid, maybe. And we can do a round belt buckle here if you like. Put another star in it. And here we could put an aerial on here. So again, I'm going to draw the line up, colour it in black. I'm going to stop it just at the edge of the glass and then continue it afterwards, like that. You can do it a little. And we start to do her boots now, well, her legs. So again, I'm going to stop there because I want to do like some bits for where the knees bend. And they've all slightly curved lines, look. Then we'll come across like that. Is there any questions on there, Eva?
This is scary. I don't think so.
No. This is where the boots join in, so that's going to stick out a little bit more. And you can do little lines like this, sort of seams in the suit. Do one like that there, just to add a bit of detail and interest to it. And then we're on to the boots already. Quite big boots, I think, and maybe with a strap around here to fasten them on. Then you can do them sort of just sideways like this. I like to do them sort of as if they're pointing towards you slightly. So the way to do that is to go, there's that bit for the boot, and we do a curve like that and a couple of curves like that. So the shapes are 1, 2, 3, and then straight lines. So 1, 2 straight lines, then a curve like that, down, and then here, curve back up. And then I'm going to make them have big soles on. So I'm going to bring them out a little bit from the edge to make this a nice detail, and then go put some little sort of grip tread on the bottom of her boots. They look pretty cool, moon boots. What time is it, Eva, on there?
What time? 10:24. Oh.
Like that. All trying to follow this shape like it's just slightly pointing towards you. And then here's the big soles. And then again, the sort of final touches to put a bit of shadow in there. And we could make this on a moon, so go like that, and then draw one of these shapes, which is the ellipse, like a squash circle, then go like that. You can colour those in or shade them in if you want. Bring one here, like that. Those are ellipse, so they're like the craters on the moon. And maybe here we just go like an alien poking his head out of that one. Then if you want to, you can put another planet in the background. Do some rings around it like Saturn. And there we go. Put some stars in the background if you want. A couple of lines there for the nose if you'd like, or you can add details onto that. And there we go. There's the astronaut girl finished. So I hope that was all right for you for the simple one. Well, not simple, it's quite complicated actually, but the less complicated one. And then we'll go on to doing a more advanced version with the space helmet and sort of a portrait. So I'll just take this one away. Sharpen the pencil. Okay, and this one, again, like we've done before, we're going to just look at a few little things like getting a bit of perspective in there. And maybe making it look a little bit more realistic than the simple version. So we'll start again with a nice curve. like that. I've sort of flattened the front there. Doesn't matter how you do yours, you can do it more round or less round. That's all sort of a design choice, I guess. And then here I'm thinking about what angle I'm looking at it from. So in my idea is you're looking slightly down at the helmet, so you've got to think of all of your curves. If it's a cup like my cup of tea, that's looking at it straight on, but as you angle it, you can see that circle becomes an ellipse. So the more you look across it, the more squashed that shape becomes. And they're the sorts of shapes I'm going to think of here around the neck of the space helmet and around the edges here, to show that this helmet is a curved surface like the cup is. So here I'm going to put, I think I'm going to have like a sort of a kind of design detail for the helmet there. And you can change and vary all this stuff as much as you want. And then I'm going to have another one there, like that. So remember to think in simple shapes to begin with. And then here, this is an important line because it's got to show the curvature of the helmet. So here it's going to go like that, like the edge of an ellipse, and then you can do that so it looks like it's a flat surface on the top of it. Bring that down a bit. And you can do like we did with the previous one and sort of continue this, but leave a little gap or even shade it in there. Then here we're doing the bottom of the helmet. Now what you have to remember is your eye levels may be about here, so that's where you're looking. As the curve moves down, you can slowly see slightly more of the circular shape. So say your eye level's there, you can only see the edge of the cup like that. So that's your eye level there. As you move down the object, you should see more and more of the circle. So I always think about that sort of thing, and that's your perspective that you're thinking about. So here, because this is lower, I'm going to see slightly more circle. So if we drew that as an ellipse, it would be like that. But then because this is lower and I'm looking more down on it, then I'll see more of the ellipse. So maybe more like, I'll see more of the circular shape, sorry. So maybe more like that. So it's only a slight change, but it really helps to give you some principles of perspective and depth to your characters. So think about those sorts of things when you're drawing them. I don't know if that's maybe a bit advanced, but it's worth just having in your mind. So here we're going to follow this curve like that, and then round the back there, here another ellipse like that. I'm just sort of making up details now for the space helmet. And here we could follow that curve round again, maybe bring it out a bit, or put some wires or tubes coming down and connecting to this bit maybe. You can sort of just play with that stuff yourself, you know, do what you like. Maybe some sort of lines like that, like you get in a stormtrooper's helmet. Then here you can think about maybe a box in perspective. So always try and think about simple shapes that you can build on, but if you keep them simple like that, it makes it much easier to draw them in a believable way, and then you can sort of add detail on the top of that. And then we can follow that line round like we did before. Maybe we've got a and then we could also bring a curve like that. That's sort of indicating that maybe that's the edge of the shoulder there. Then here put a couple of sort of more wires or tubes in. And I like drawing the space stuff because you can cover everything in really quite intricate details and shapes, and often you can get ideas from everywhere, from things you can see around the house, kettles and plugs and sockets and anything really. Eva's doing the more advanced one today, but she won't let me show you. I know she won't, but it's looking amazing. What time is it, Eva?
10:36.
Okay, we're doing good. You can do a little bit of shading there if you want, or a bit of shading there. And here you can, again, think about the backpack, but let's just do it as a simple shape in perspective. Maybe it's a rectangular shape like that, and then maybe another rectangular shape on top. Bring this down. I'm going to draw the edge of this sort of part of the space suit just coming behind there. I'm just adding details here. You can do as much or as little as you like, I think, really, to that. I'm going to rub these sort of guidelines out and then start to put the head in. And again, we're not going to do a totally in profile, so we could do a head like that's sideways on, but I'm going to just do it slightly from an angle. So if you thought of it as a simple shape like that, then the line of the nose, instead of it being there on the very edge, it's going to be more there, like that. So this is going to be the start of a sort of skull cap like we did on the previous one. I want you to draw another line starting about there, just coming that way. Okay. Pencil malfunction again. Running out now. And then here, just curve that line slightly like that and bring it down and round like that. Looks almost like an old-fashioned American football helmet. And here you can put that badge on if you want, or whatever you'd like to put on the badge. I can put some of those lines like we did on the last one. Now we're going to do the face. So here, start of the forehead there, and then we're going to put one eyebrow just about there. Okay, now remember this is about the centre of the forehead, is about there. So you're going to see some of this eyebrow on that side, but not all of it, and just curve it. These little changes here are ever so important, so pay attention to them, just like that. And then the eye, one like that, and then a slightly thicker line there, so that's like the lid of the eye. Curve, and you can put some little eyelashes if you want. I'm going to do a gentle curve there, and then like that. This is quite advanced, these shapes. So for that eye, it's going, the one that you can only just see, it's like that, and we bring it down a little bit there. Do some eyelashes off the edge of it, and then a curve for the edge of the eyeball and the lid, and then underneath like that. So you're drawing the eye in 3D there. We can do a looking over at us like that, look. Again, leave a bit of a white dot in those eyes. And the edge of the face. Now this varies a lot in people. I'll just bring it out slightly further than the line of the forehead there, and then bring it down in a nice smooth line. Then we can draw the nose, which is going to have, I'm not going to draw too heavy a line there. Then as it comes to the bottom, I'm going to make the line a bit heavier underneath the nose. And then one nostril and a little curve to the side of it. Now I'm going to do a sort of a radio. That's for her to talk to. the command center. Then the mouth, so we're going to do a little curve like that and another curve like that. Then here, down. You can make a smiley or not smiley or shouting. So that simplified shape there is line down, and then this one behind is like a shortened version of that one. So if we break them down into their shapes, it's 1, 2, and then a smooth. That's the shape of the lip, and what we're doing there is making it look slightly 3D. Without drawing all the top lip in and everything, you don't really need to do that. You could put a little bit of shading like that if you want. Then for the bottom lip, just don't like that too much. You think that's the middle, we can do like down from there and across. So from there down and across, maybe with a slight curve to the end there. Then the chin, and then here I'm going to put like a strap, and you can do another strap underneath if you like, or you could do some rivets holding it on. There's a line going like that if you like. And here, just hint at some kind of a suit underneath maybe. And all of this bit we can shade in, but maybe leave just a little edge for where the glass is, like that. You can put a little line like that there if you like. Put an E for Eva on the helmet there. We can put another control box like we did on the simplified one, sort of on the front of a spacesuit, which maybe you could have it attached by straps like that. Curves for the shoulder part of the spacesuit. There we go, really. That's your sort of space girl in a more advanced way. So simple and advanced. And they're the same sort of character, but just how you can go to your next sort of level of drawing and thinking about things like perspective and character as well, and we're trying to make everything look just a little bit more 3D, whereas this one is quite flat and straight on. There's still things in there that are quite important, you know, all of these lines have got slight curves to them like that, so it makes it a little bit more interesting as a drawing, and it makes you then we know that you're starting to understand that these are 3D objects you're trying to draw, not just a flat 2D object. And then there. And this is the one I was doing actually yesterday, so this is why I decided to do a space girl today, because I was having fun doing this on I think I did it on Instagram or something, and I enjoyed it, and I thought it might be a cool theme to do for the drawing with kids. So there's your 3 stages. 1, 2, 3. I hope you enjoyed that, and hope you're all getting a lot of fun out of doing these sessions, and it's getting you back into drawing and feeling creative. Again, I'll try and pick some winners. I still haven't got round to picking the Samurai Bunny ones yet, but I will do it, and then we'll announce them on this group page, and hopefully I'll maybe send my original drawings to the winners. I don't know if that's a great prize or not, but there you go. So, and if we've got any suggestions for the next session, please put them on here. I'd love to hear that. And make sure you send all your efforts and your drawings in, because I'm really enjoying seeing them and trying to go through them all. And I can't always comment on them all, but I try to look at them all, because I really am really super impressed by what you're all doing. So thanks a lot again, and hopefully I'll do another of these sessions on Friday at 11 a.m. British time. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.
Is it?